How hard is it to let go of old habits?
Wow. It
Because you
can be,
can't carry them into the dark night of the soul with you.
no,
I think part of what this is all about is getting rid of the old habits.
I'm starting new habits. But like you said, it is quite hard because you got to start a new habit and then get used to that habit and stick with that habit. But how easy it is to fall back.
And that alone, thinking about that gave me a headache. So the real thing going through it, geez, you think the hardest thing in the world wouldn't be something so abstract like getting rid of old habits and conditioning. But geez, it's one of the toughest fights you'll ever have in your life from a change perspective, a deep spiritual change perspective. Welcome to the Awakening Table. We are Calliope and Petros, and we created this channel as a means to share our experience of going through the dark night of the soul currently and doing it through open, raw discussion at the dinner table. We do this knowing others are going through it, and we hope sharing our experience may help you with your journey.
If you enjoy our video and content, please show us some love by hitting like and subscribe and the notification bell to be notified when a new video is out. Thank you. And today we'll be talking about habits, letting go of old and creating new. Yes.
So, I think the biggest thing, I wonder sometimes whether the biggest thing with letting go of old habits is our own resistance to the change, because it's so deep and so leaves us feeling so vulnerable and lost, and all the other ugly things that come with going through this initially. Even if we know that it's good for us and it's moving us towards something better, old habits die hard.
Well, I think the main thing is knowing that you have purpose. And even if you don't know it, or knowing that you got to make some changes and something, even though we don't know what the changes will be. But the hardest part, yes, the habits is tough. Trust me, I've done it probably more than one time, two times, three times, four, and
Yeah.
fallen and got myself back up again to keep it consistent. And yes, it can be tough.
I think the other thing too, for me at least, as I go through this process, is that sometimes trying to change habits is also admitting certain things that maybe you might not feel ready yet to admit or to accept responsibility for, or you're just in a weak, vulnerable position. And even though a habit might be not good for you in time to change, it's still familiar, and familiarity gives a bit of security.
Mm.
And I think trying to let go of that is very difficult during a time where you just don't know who you are. You're in that dark void, as we say.
Yes. Yeah, I agree because like you feel lost. Like you feel you don't know what your skills are. You have to identify what you're good at. But if you have that voice that keeps telling you that you're not good at that or you don't think that's possible, you tend to go back to the old habits.
Yeah.
And but even if you just trying makes a difference, but yeah, to keep it consistent can be a long road.
And I think
Yeah.
too, the other thing that adds to the difficulty of it all is you might not know what new habits you need to move on to yet,
Yeah.
because you're still in the dark with things, with who you're becoming, with directions to take. And you think, all right, if I've got to get rid of this habit, what am I replacing it with? And so you don't have that clarity, you don't have that something to move to. So it makes it very easy to slip back.
Yeah, very easy. I tried a lot of things like affirmations that didn't work for one day, and until maybe months later, I did it again. because to get used to it's not easy, I swear. But yeah, and then maybe even going for walks and then doing that for a week and then you go back again.
Yeah,
Same thing.
for me, what sort of works as I figure things out is what's important right now, and that's to try and stay fit and healthy, positively occupied. So I work on things that build a routine around those things that I know for now. Um, Again, easier said than done because, as we said at the beginning, old habits die hard. But this is what changing habits is all about. It's about just chipping away every day a little bit.
Dust yourself off and try again, as
Dust
Aaliyah
yourself off,
says.
try yeah, as Aaliyah says, and just work on, maybe the new habit to condition is figuring out what the new habits are going to be as you work out more and more of yourself in your new life.
Mm. Yeah.
But we sit here and make it sound so easy, but
No, it's not easy. Trust me. I think it's been like 4 years, and I did keep at one stage. I had it consistent for. I did allow to 100 days, to change a habit. That worked, but then again, I went back. But just knowing that I made it that far, I can do it again. So
yeah,
bear that in mind. And yeah, I've learned a lot of things along the way. I've experienced a lot of things along the way, but the habit hasn't been consistent yet. So I'm trying to keep that consistent. So it's been a
and
long
part of the
time.
process, at least initially, is accepting that consistency might not be entirely possible initially because you're figuring things out. So it might be you do something, a new habit, or what you perceive as a new habit, or a new right habit. You might do it for a little while and then you slip back, but then you try again, and you try to do it for a little bit longer, learning along the way. I don't think I've said it enough across all the videos, and that is, this is a time of exploration. Explore. It's not just seeking answers, but, well, the process of seeking involves exploration. So, that in itself could become a new habit where you might normally not do anything. You might be complacent. You might be a bit lazy or lethargic about things or putting off things. You might now, the new habit is to change that, and every day or every second day aim for a little bit of exploration, a little bit of self-education on something that you think you'd like to convert from a weakness to a strength or to a deeper knowing as well.
Yes.
That's sometimes that's all you can work on as far as changing habits goes.
Yeah. In this process, you're still discovering yourself. Like you're still learning about yourself. You didn't know that you had a skill in or a passion for. That will come through that journey through exploration. You'll find that, and then as you keep going, no matter the obstacles, you will still find a way to achieve those goals. And yeah, stick with it.
Yeah, and it's it's going to be a bit like a bit of a tennis match. You're back and forth, back and forth. It's going to happen. Be kind to yourself. Understand you are growing, you are figuring things out along the way. So, you might condition a new habit today, and it's for now. It might not be for forever. It might be just for the phase of dark night of the soul that you are in now.
Yeah.
And so you might be conditioning new habits along the way to get you through different stages of the dark night of the soul or spiritual awakening.
Yeah.
That's okay. As long as you're practicing making changes and applying changes and widening your perspective, in time, we'll get there.
Yeah. And learning to trust yourself, learning to trust the universe, learning to trust the process. That takes time to build as well. So during this seeking, during this experience,
And take the time factor out of it and all that ego stuff that says, I need to achieve a certain level or a certain outcome. It's got to be done by this time because the clock's ticking. We're only on this planet for a short time, and this and that. That's a surefire way of not doing it right, delaying your getting through it, and not achieving deep down inside what the universe, God, spirit guides, whatever you choose to call it, wants you to achieve, what your higher self wants you to achieve in this life.
As you're saying that, like, I was like, is there a timeline? Is there, do I have to do it at a certain moment? Do I have to, I had that moment. No, it's because I was going through this by myself. As we do, we're all going through this on our own to rediscover ourselves. But yeah, I went through that moment where I was like, do I have to do it this time? How long have I got? Oh my gosh, like, and then that's because you're still progressing, you're still growing, you're still learning, you're still exploring, you're still figuring it out, still searching, and that's just how it's gonna be. But eventually it gets better once you start to remind yourself, okay, there's no finishing line, there's no race, there's no competition. Just take your time, relax.
Yeah, allow the process to unfold and complete in its own time. Your job is to go through it, not take shortcuts, to go through it, do the work, and it'll happen in its own time. So you need to really cultivate a sense of, ready for it, patience. Bloody patience. Anyway, but like it or not, it's the facts. It's the truth. And that's how you basically get through it. And that's how in time, it's how in time your habits will change, your ability to change your habits will grow, and you'll start feeling better. You'll reach some turning points. But you just got to do it in divine time, not in human ego time.
Yeah, not in man-made time. Yeah, so be patient, and just take your time. Just enjoy it. Sometimes it can be frustrating, can be chaotic, but just as long as just remind yourself, it's gonna be okay. Relax, take a deep breath.
That's it.
Yeah.
Have you got something that's worked for you in changing habits and creating new ones in your journey? Maybe it can help someone watching this. So if you're happy to, leave your tip or comment in the comments down below, of course. We'd love to hear from you and share some thoughts and spread some of the insights and support.
Thank you. Yes,
We hope this has been helpful.
Hopefully, yes. And trust me, we're getting there. We still got a lot to work on, but you know what? We're here to support you. If you need if you need to ask any questions, we're here for you. If you've got any experience or stories, please share with us. We'd like to hear.
Correct. Well, is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, feels like a good place to end it. We thank you for listening.
Thank you. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the subscribe button. I think I just said that. And share with your friends and put a comment down below.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you again for watching. Peace be with you.
Thank you. Bye.